Nice.
So with Gulzar, we have done like some short stories for the kids, which I have done the sets. Youngsters, they sleep at 2 o'clock. They can't come back at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. But it's an arranged marriage, but looks like love.
नमस्ते, पप्पू की चाय और चर्चा में आप सबका स्वागत है। मैं हूं आपका होस्ट शेफ राज गांधी और इस सिलसिले को आगे बढ़ाते हुए आज मैं आपके बीच में लेके आया हूं बेंगलोर की एक बहुत प्रसिद्ध आर्किटेक्ट, इंटीरियर डिज़ाइनर सुनीता रेड्डी, जिन्होंने हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री के प्रोजेक्ट्स बहुत किए हैं, ना ही सिर्फ बेंगलोर में बट पैन इंडिया और इंटरनेशनली भी। आज उनको यहाँ बुलाते हुए मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है बिकॉज शी हैज़ बीन अ फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन फॉर लास्ट 11 years and we have worked on a lot of projects together. So I'd like to welcome Sunita Reddy on our show. First of all, she's a gold medalist from Hyderabad, architect or university. Yeah. So thank you, Sunita, for coming on the show, and it is pleasure to have you. Yeah. Now we'd like to know something about you.
Thank you, first of all, to invite me over here and giving me an opportunity to talk about
yourself.
Yes.
Your journey. Yeah.
So journey in hospitality industry has been really great. It was way in 2006 and 7 when I have started my company, and as I'm qualified architect, I used to have like around 20 odd architectural projects, which is high-rise buildings and everything. And suddenly I got an interest towards hospitality sector, and I thought I should start with something. My first hospitality project was the Grill House, which is in Alsur.
Alsur, okay.
And followed by a chain of Bliss Chocolates. Then in 2000 when I met you, and there's no stop from there. And I think we have first started working in Ibiza, which is my largest and the biggest experience in hospitality sector. And throughout my journey, every project I have learned something better about hospitality, and I have created a different mark in hospitality industry just because I collaboratively work with consultants as special as you, and it's been going well. And last in 1 year we have delivered 14 hospitality projects, including pubs, breweries and specialty restaurants.
Nice. So after completing your education, you went for some training, but I also came to know that you have worked with Bollywood. So how was that experience of your life, and with that experience, what all you could do in your career when you
It's a very interesting thing. During my college last year, everyone has to do thesis, architects, and as every student, they'll not have full clarity what they want, but they have some kind of interest or inclination towards one thing. And I always used to like something to do with theme, or like not like regular box buildings kind of thing. And I was the first students in the history of architecture, or in my college especially, who has given a synopsis of art direction or set designing as my thesis topic, which was at first go it got rejected. And
what was the reason of rejection?
They felt it's not part of architecture.
Okay.
They couldn't know actually what exactly I'm planning to do there.
Okay.
Then there was like few teachers who supported me, and then they have taken to the next level, and there was a 14 people panel discussion whether this topic can be taken or not. And then they have accepted after 1 month. So I have started my thesis. Thesis is around 6 months, and everyone has started, my fellow students or my friends, and I have started 1 month late.
Okay.
Because they have not given me approval on that topic.
Okay. Got it.
Then that was my base. I have started with that, and with that, like I have developed some contacts in Bollywood industries.
Nice.
And once I have completed my thesis, as you mentioned, I'm a gold medalist. So I have won gold medal for the best outgoing student and the best for the thesis also. I topped in the thesis.
That's nice.
And it was quite different. Everyone was interested. There are like particular jury members for particular students, but everyone was interested to see my project and what I am doing.
I guess Bollywood interests everyone.
Yes.
So, name some few movies that you have done because everybody, सबको Bollywood का सबको शौक रहता है.
So I have worked with senior director Jain Deshmukh, who was the art director, and I worked with Sridevi Productions. I worked with Gaurang Doshi Productions. So these are the two main productions, and I worked with Gulzar also.
Oh, that's nice.
So with Gulzar, we have done like some short stories for the kids, which I have done the sets. Then I have done a movie called Aankhein, which has Amitabh Bachchan and
Govinda? No.
Amitabh Bachchan,
the other
Arjun
one.
Rampal, and
Right.
Sushmita Sen.
Okay.
Then
Nice.
I worked in Diwar, which was like second movie of Amitabh Bachchan, not the old Diwar. One more was there.
Right.
It was a story of between the borders of Pakistan and
Right.
India. That I have done. I worked a part of small in Sridevi Productions also. I worked.
Oh,
So
nice. So, coming from Bollywood and then starting your own company in 2007.
Yes.
You started Acme
Yes.
Designs, and how was being your journey when you started? What were the challenges that you faced? How you could communicate or catch hold of the client? I will say, what were your tactics?
Yes.
What brought them to you? How you managed? What was your initial journey as an architect? Because आप कहीं काम कर रहे हैं, तो it's different, right? लेकिन जब आप अपना शुरू करते हैं, there are a lot of challenges. It looks very simple, but I feel कि there's a lot of challenges involved. So how you face those challenges?
First challenge as a girl, like my mom was not ready for me to continue my art direction.
Okay.
Because I'll not get married anywhere as a Bollywood tag. So I came back and I really enjoyed art direction because you read a script and then you imagine and then you do it. So it was very different from the regular designing of architecture and everything. I came back to Bangalore. I came here just for a holiday, but I met an architect, Siraj and Renu, whom I worked for around 11 months. I worked there. He was my super senior, and he was specialized in hospitality that time.
Really?
He used to work for Oris and everything. So I just went and met him and showed what I have done in art direction, and he was like super excited, and he told there's one project coming and I want something very thematic, something similar to this. And then he requested me to do that project.
Okay.
There I have started again back as a employee with him. And soon after I started getting like small projects in Bangalore. Then I started my own firm. But when I started, I approached a lot of builders. My uncle was also a builder, so I started getting a lot of high rise. And then I've shifted little bit from there to hospitality. 1 or 2 projects I started with. And when I came back to hospitality, I could carry my foundation of learning what I learned in art direction.
Got it.
Very quick learning, see the site and start imagining. It's like a dream. You see the dream, you sketch it, you make it, and then
Right.
make
I've
it
seen
happen.
your dreams. I've seen a lot of your dreams, so I can
So
vouch for
that
it.
way.
Yeah. So, so you started your company, you started your journey, and how come the shift more towards hospitality started happening? Was it because of the projects that you had been doing in the market and people started looking at it, or it's your love for hospitality, then doing a residential comparatively? So, what brought you from or focus towards hospitality? What was the reasons?
It was a desire to come to hospitality sector because it's very, very interesting. And the reason I have this thick portfolio today is like 80 to 90% credit goes to you.
Why me?
Because I started with you.
Right. Yeah.
I
that's for
understood
sure.
much better. There was one project where how I got in touch with you is like there was one project what I was pitching for Radio Indigo. They were opening a pub, like, and I have designed something very unique and nice. And everyone from panel was like happy, and they wanted to give me the project. And then at last moment they have changed their mind. So I asked like why. So they told they want someone who can do like kitchen plus interiors.
right.
So that time, the first time I heard something called hospitality consultant. So I never knew. It's always for me like how good the restaurant is looking, what is from where the food is coming with. I did not had any idea.
I guess
about
most
it.
of the architects don't
Yes.
have that idea.
Then I got to know there's something called hospitality consultant. Then we started searching what this hospitality consultants do. And I happened to meet you, and like you have given me like really a time where you took time to make me understand and everything. Not everyone does that. So that
No,
was
it's always
like
good because
really
when you work together, it's always the idea is when we are working, it's an understanding and giving the right product to the client who's paying for that project. So that was, and I'm also I'll also say I'm very fortunate to work along with you on the projects because the beauty of your projects have always been that they're all different. You know, it's not repetitive. Like I've worked with different architects, but I could see, their work being. There's a signature of every architect, I guess. You know, somebody will have a tilting roof or something. There will be unka ek signature hota hai. But with you, it was not there. All projects that we see are very nice, very different, and I think sometimes they are out of the world kind of thing. So, taking further to this journey, how have been your journey with clients? How the market is. So, आपको कैसा जब क्लाइंट मिलते हैं आप बात करते हो and convince to them because I know your process how you work with them, but what are the challenges that you face with the clients?
So as we all know, like as we work we tend to learn the industry and everything. So initially in my mind also it was that I'm an architect, I have to make place look aesthetically good.
Good, right.
That was my focus. Then slowly when I started working, I understood it's not about aesthetics, it's about the product. Like why client is trying to open a restaurant. He wants to sell his recipes, he wants to sell his drinks, he wants like his customers to be happy.
Right.
So I started understanding the overall business of hospitality. That's why our tagline says transforming businesses by design.
Nice.
So we focus on the business, not on the aesthetics only. So whenever I'm working on any project, so it's not like if it's a small project and client has like a lot of money to invest in it, I still say no, it doesn't match to your ROI.
Right.
So let's go with this, and this is what we can do.
Okay.
So I started studying about a little bit about market, which location it's coming, what are the people around. So you have to build that culture in that particular restaurant or pub, and what is the segment what they are catering to. Is it a high segment, is it a medium, or it's a low? So my interiors has to speak about it. Sometimes the product is like Udupi kind of product, and if I make it like something high, so it has to tell like whether it's a fast food or it's a fine dine.
Right.
So then I started understanding the difference between the aesthetics. It has to speak by itself. So we started concentrating on that. Then we understood like it's not only how clients can come repetitively back, how the customer engagement can be. So then we started working on it like, okay, there's a wall where people can post their messages, other people are reading, they are connecting through that restaurant.
Right.
So we just tried different methods where people are coming together again. And now Instagram is like
Insta is the latest thing, and everybody has to be there. You know, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So tell me about so many microbreweries you have done. How has been that experience? Because I think one we did together was 200 or 300 seater when we
yeah, Brooks
the
and
first one, Brooks and
Bond,
Bonds, yeah, and then now I think you're doing one of the largest
yes,
in Asia or
Kanakpura. Yeah,
Asia,
almost.
right?
Yes,
So another
yes.
one. So how many seating it is? That.
Currently, it's 1200 seating,
Oh wow.
and we still have 2 acres more left in the site,
Okay.
which we are exploring. After opening this, that will be like a second phase. So it's like,
Oh, okay, nice.
so we can add as many as we want. So we have used only currently around 40,000 square feet, which is 1 acre. We have 2 more acres. So
Okay, so another 80,000, long way to go.
yes, yeah.
But what do you feel in the sense like having a smaller brewery means capacity wise, seating wise, then a larger brewery? What are the challenges? Because you have done a couple of smaller, means in the sense 300-400
yeah.
seating, and now these larger. What challenges you think in that? What happens?
See, challenges is not only in the brewery sector, it's basically in every pubs and everything. So we are trying to create some unique elements. People are coming for experience. So there are like, say the new one what we are doing. So this will be going on the Guinness World Record for having the lengthiest waterfall, which is around 350 feet.
Oh, very nice.
So we are trying to create something unique so that people can come back in terms of aesthetic. Then we are trying to match the operational cost where they can run efficiently. So AC is being Bangalore has an advantage of like at least 6 months
the
a good
weather,
weather.
yeah, exactly.
So we should take
Utilize.
advantage of that. So the largest one what we are doing now also has a complete passive cooling. So it doesn't have any air conditioning.
Oh, that's really nice. So eco-friendly or environmental.
Eco-friendly, complete
environmental.
eco-friendly, and it will just get the outside temperature to inside around like 7 to 9 degrees. It can come down. So
that is nice.
which is pretty good.
So that's nice, eco-friendly,
Yeah.
environmental friendly in today's time.
Yeah.
So while you're doing the projects, when the guest or your client comes in, do they come with some set in mind that this is what I want? But are you able to, by talking, change their mindset and do something the way you want to do
I
it?
feel only 4 to 5%
People.
come with a theme.
Okay.
And most of them, their theme is their personal liking, which might not suit to the site.
Right.
It can be like they say like I love particular character, a singer, Michael Jackson or something, and I want to create that. So whether the demand is there or not, or if these kind of places, if people go once, they want to go back again or not, and where it's located.
Right.
So if it's a high street where like more of like high energy bars are there, then it's fine. But if it's in a place like now, whichever largest breweries we are doing, people are going with the volumes to match their expenditure to get their ROI back, and they have to move away from the city.
Right.
So at least like whichever largest brewery we are doing, from center of the city at least 13-14 kilometers.
Kilometers away. Yeah.
Away.
But people are ready to travel.
Yeah, ready
Bangalore
to travel,
has,
and Bangalore has become big.
Big, yeah. Yes.
So we need to see all kind of customers during the day. So there are like people who are coming only for corporate meets in brewery. There are people in afternoons, there are kitty parties.
You're right.
So we are trying to create the zones for everyone and trying to segregate zones in such a way that when the crowd is less, you can operate only 1 or 2 zones, and you can save on your cost for even lighting, air conditioning, everything as such.
So along with what you call breweries, you are doing a lot of resorts as well.
Yes.
So tell me something, what you look into when there's a resort project coming. So what all are the thought process, what you want to bring it on the table, why the guests should come and stay in that resort, what is the unique USP that you think you bring it on the table to do the resorts?
So in resort sector, most of the clients are little more having clarity. Apart from like guest rooms, they have their USP. Okay, I need a big convention center. I have clients who are booking for marriages or events, and there are people who are very clear about it's only about spa. So we have the largest spa, and we are catering this
So
sector.
it's a spa focus,
Yes,
some
spa
is
focused and
banquet
everything.
focus, convention
And
focus.
if a resort is facing a scenic view, then you have to do very, very less in that. It's
The
the
natural
scene,
beauty
natural
of that
beauty,
stuff.
whether it's a beach facing or a mountain facing, then it does the job by itself.
Itself, right.
But now people wanted resorts which are like not only like weekend getaway, but it's more on like functional aspects. Like they want to do small parties over there. Now
Right.
this destination wedding it started with. Now it's like destination birthdays are there, destination celebrations are there.
People want to come out of their houses and the
Yes.
city, and then they go
Yeah,
do
and
something.
open areas in lot of demand. So we are trying to create everywhere good lawn spaces and everything, and we are even segregating the customer base. There are like the family, there are couples, and they are with lot of kids. So we are trying to balance out like at least 10% we are having rooms which can accommodate like at least multiple beds, like if they want to like do gathering in one room.
Right.
So all those things we are trying. We are doing currently one resort which is focused on like a wedding destination near Nandi Hills.
Okay.
So we have two. It's a large suites rooms which has like 6 to 8 rooms. So it's like a large bungalow kind of thing. So
right.
one is for the groom, one is for the bride.
Right. Nowadays, everybody,
Yes.
both sides come and
Yeah.
stay together.
And then there's a honeymoon suite also.
Okay.
So it's like you come for starting from mehendi till honeymoon, like they can be in
Hope
that
there's no
resort.
hospital coming. You
We can
finish
start
your-
with.
that is also important, you know. That
So we are
all-
trying to create that story. Okay, this thing is
right.
there. So here we are trying to do something unique also, like because it's all about photography and videography when it comes to
it,
events. So we are trying to make it in such a way that the decorators has to do less.
Yeah, it has more natural
Yes.
aesthetics
Yeah.
which comes into play.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's something different, something unique
Yeah.
that you're creating. So, how do you see hospitality industry growing in coming 5 years, 10 years, whatever? Means, what do you feel the potential? You know, at COVID time, everybody had
Yes.
the hospitality was one of the biggest which
Yeah.
took the hit.
Yeah.
But in past 2 years, I think
Yes.
people have come out of
Yeah.
it and started investing in hospitality again, and we can see the boom. So, what you see as an architect, as an interior designer, that
Yeah.
next few years will be challenging, or there's a lot of work,
Yeah.
and what will be your thought process on designing of those? You know, because I
Correct.
cannot say that it has to be because every project is different.
Yeah.
But any thought process that this will be the trends that we
Yes.
need to look at.
So I personally travel a lot for work also, and for leisure also. I travel. I take my daughter, and I'm currently from last 2 years we have decided we'll explore only India.
India.
So and I find India is more expensive than going abroad.
Exactly.
So, and now in hospitality industry there's something like, one is like hotels with the guest rooms, and one is like all the pubs, breweries, what we are doing. So each city has its own culture. But what I have noticed, and what future what I see is, before the awareness was very less. When you used to travel like 25 years back with our parents, it's like you reach there and then you are searching for a hotel.
Right, yeah. When you reach the destination, then you look
Yes.
at where to
and
stay
you
now.
don't know, like if you have good enough money, you'll directly go to Taj.
Taj, yeah.
Otherwise,
Or
you
any
are
five-star, yeah.
wherever the auto driver is taking
Takes
you. So there's been lot of change, lot of shift. So there are like travelers who can stay in like Airbnb kind. There are OAs. So there are like multiple categories.
Right.
And people want to do experiential holidays also, where they are going
Yeah, the
out
adventurous
and
tents, you know,
yes.
people are youngsters are all
So there's
backpackers.
a lot
this,
of
that,
opportunity, and people started traveling. And especially after COVID, there was a culture where people save a lot of money and for their retirement, build a house or build an assets which can give you returns during. But now I think mindset has been changed little bit, including mine. Like it's like you enjoy the moment.
Right.
And travel has been in everyone's bucket list.
Agreed.
Majority, even
Majority,
if
right.
it's an employee with the lowest salary also, they'll also have their own set of bucket list. They go for rides, cycle, trekking, like everything is there. So I see like lot of good opportunities,
Options there.
and
the growth is there.
growth
hospitality.
is there. Growth is there, and India
And I
is
think
such
in
rich culture.
culture, right.
From
Lot of
Jammu to
tourism is
Kerala, like you can't cover even if you
Yeah,
travel
India.
like a whole of your lifetime.
life. Yeah. There's
And
so
every
much to
place
see.
is unique.
Right. Yeah. That's the beauty of India, actually.
Yes, and
it's not
every
like
place is unique. Every tourist attractions are different.
different. Like you go to Europe, the buildings, you go anywhere, they look similar.
Yeah.
And the structure is same. Thing
Yes.
बारिश हो रही है, बर्फ गिर रही है,
Correct.
the
Yeah.
पहाड़ है. It's
So here you can see
everything,
variety actually.
variety, and people.
Yes.
Food also changes. With
Yes.
all the cities.
Food is there, people are there, culture, everything is
so,
different.
So much of difference is there.
Yes.
So while you design your resorts, you have. How is your association? Because I don't do all your projects, but
Yes.
but other consultants, how means challenging it has been. Means I'm not being specific.
Yeah.
Just as a work point of view, what challenges you face working with consultants, whether it's me or anyone else.
I don't have much challenges working with consultants. They are pretty professional, and I like their work and their approach and everything. The more awareness has to come to the client side.
Right.
So clients still have that thought process, like once the building is done, it will run on its own.
Yeah.
They are not very keen, or maybe they don't have enough awareness that how many consultants are required.
Right.
So there are amenities which we have to force them, like no, you have to have this, and they'll think why it's required. It's as simple as like we tell no, there has to be a kitchen in the central. No, as per Vastu you keep it in the one corner. So how will you serve? So these kind of things, like as an architect, I can only talk more about aesthetics, not about the operations, because I'll also not have enough information. Like I'll have a basics, but if a consultant can come, he can highlight more things. So the clients has to be much more aware. As before, it used to be a set of people who are into like hotels, industries and all this. But now even there are a lot of startups, they are leaving their job and they want to start like coming together, 4-5 people. And they're all research, I think it's limited to the Google.
Not from the experience.
Yes. So Google or Insta or whatever. So I feel like it has to start with the consultants. They should understand the overall project plan, how it is run. It has to run for 10 years, 20 years, from where marketing. People are hesitant on spending on marketing. They feel like it should automatically it should come. So these are the challenges. So, branding, they don't give importance.
Right. So when your project is over, you go there to have lunch, food or dinner. Do you enjoy?
I do go, but
you don't get time.
No. I get time also. Personally, I feel one challenge is like I go little less, and whenever I go, if the people around knows me, it becomes a little difficult for me to get conversation with the people whom I came with. Otherwise, like I love, and whenever there are big groups, and I request wherever I have designed, like I'm getting a group, so I get like really good attention and
That's nice.
Hospitality. So that I'm like more happy with.
So now, as an entrepreneur, as your own independent architect, what challenges you face with regards to manpower, regards to because you get trainees or what you call them, and they are there with you, but sometimes it's like you may see a lot of people just leaving together, and then how you cope up with that,
See, I have divided my team into like they're like only 15 to 20% are only interns, rest all like experienced architects. And why we take this interns? Because they all come up with something new.
New, right.
They are very raw. They don't know any challenges of the practical market. When you know too much, you don't take risk.
Right.
You'll not imagine building a structure without a pillar, because you know so much about structure that you will not avoid pillar.
Pillar, right.
These kids come up with something, madam, can it hang? So we also think like, will it
why not?
happen
We
like
can
that?
try.
Let's try something. So
Right,
they get very fresh ideas which are very raw and like.
So there's always something to look forward and
they
see if
come
you
up
can.
with like nice softwares. You can do everything in this AI. Why are you sitting and doing
it? Right.
You don't have to write notes. It will come automatically. So somewhere like this technology wise, like we lag behind, though we are rich in experience.
Right.
So when we meet these people, like you get
The
like a
youngsters
lot
are
of
all, with all the new
information. They'll
ideas,
come up with like, let's make a reel. So they make you feel a little more younger.
I know. I agree with you totally on that, because having youngsters in your team always, first of all, they bring in a lot of new ideas which we are not aware of, and the other thing is,
and I feel always there has to be mix
of the crowd,
so that someone is learning, someone is gaining, guiding. So my senior architects also get experience in how to train a junior architect who doesn't know anything.
Right.
So they also get trained.
So what you would like to tell to your architect young generation, which is, which will be coming out. So what, as a senior architect, what will be your words for them? Ki working is good, or coming out and doing something on your own is good?
Working is definitely needed, because unless you work, you will not know how to manage your company on its own. When I also started, like I have come out like after 3 years of working, and I thought now I'll be like relaxed, I'll have my own company, I can go late to office. First thing is like you come on time, and that's a mostly challenge with this traffic, and youngsters, they sleep at 2 o'clock, they can't come back at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. But you have to inculcate discipline. Like it's even having discipline for me is also very difficult.
Right.
But you have to force yourself to get disciplined.
So, so the advice will be that start working first, and
yes, you
then
must
take
work,
a jump,
and you have to put lot of effort. Not what you are getting paid for, but what you are learning for. Because what we learn in any company, no one can take you off from that.
Right. Yeah. So it's a very good advice to these youngsters that who will be the future of India and architecture point of view, and looking into the hospitality sector. And also, isn't your marriage a love marriage, or it was arranged marriage?
It's an arranged marriage, but looks like love. Because from the same profession.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Is it a love marriage? Because meeting your husband is always nice too. It seems ऐसा लगता है कि ये arrange तो नहीं लगती है, love marriage ही लगती है.
It's a love marriage, but my mother-in-law fell in love with me.
So that's the best thing, अगर आपकी mother-in-law और आपका प्यार हो जाए तो फिर nothing to beat in India.
So I tell it's a love marriage, but different way.
वो तो बहुत ही अलग चीज है. You are very lucky, I guess. So, Sunita, I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you so much
for
having me here.
No, it's my pleasure. And all your insights for us as a consultant, as your drawings, as your, the juniors which will be coming, your experiences, your learning, it makes a lot of difference to us. And a lot of people, when they listen to this, they may call you and ask you.
I'm glad.
We look forward. So I'd like to thank you once again for being part of this show.
All the best to run this show. It's a great idea.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We look forward for more.
Yes, we will be, and doing much more. It's just the beginning. It's our second day, so we will be doing many more.
I'm sure you'll be going much more higher.
But thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.